Anger really arises from a place of hurt. When looking at anger, behind anger is immense pain. And anger as a force is deeply contracting in the body. It's very energizing but contracting. When you have anger, anger has higher energy than fear. Anger has higher energy than pain. Anger has higher energy than depression. So, on emotional energy, if you're talking about in your body, when you check, you will always have more energy when you are angry than if you are afraid. So, beneath anger is pain, beneath anger is fear. So, when we can be mindful and witness, create a space around, sort of identifying with the anger, we can watch the anger rising and peaking and slowly disappearing. We can see beneath. If we explore within that anger, from where did that anger arise, we will find hurt, we will find fear. Now those are the two things when you can really explore your hurt. What is that story that you are carrying which creates this sense of hurt? What is that you're afraid of, which makes you angry of certain thing, which challenges you? You can start becoming more free from anger. If you don't acknowledge the fear or the pain or the hurt, the story that you carry which creates that pain or hurt or trigger, and you don't address where you're afraid, then that anger, certainly, sometimes the anger will arise from a certain state of attachment, then that anger will keep arising. And an awakened being, as you start coming to your awakening, what you experience now more is a sense of fierceness, not so much anger. You have to be in touch with your fierceness. That's why if you see the Buddha wisdom in the Vajrayana tradition is pictured with a sword, or Shiva pictured with a trident. There is a sense of fierceness in the yogi. And that fierceness is not rage, is not anger. That fierceness is this sense of deep certainty and commitment, this sense of surety that no matter what, I will return to this sense of equanimity. That no matter what the challenge is on the level of thought, on the level of mind, on the level of circumstance, that you can have that immense capacity in you to transcend. Anger arises when there is a sense of this fear in there that I will not be able to transcend, you see. But when there is a sense of fierceness inside, then that force is not destructive anymore. That force is not traumatic anymore. You see, otherwise that anger will turn inward, it will become depression. It will be anger towards oneself or anger towards the other. Ultimately, it's a depressive and destructive force which destroys the whole psyche of human being. But we, as human beings, we cannot deny that there is a fire inside of us. That cannot be denied. No matter who you are, there will always be a sense of fire. And as we get in touch with that fire, it starts showing up as fierceness. And as we develop more and more space in us, a state of equanimity where we can arise, let these denser emotional states arise. And without acting on them, without getting identified with them, we can let them pass. We start getting to a refined state of these emotional movements, you see. For anger, we start experiencing a sense of fierceness, a sense of certainty, which no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the trigger, it doesn't affect us anymore. It doesn't trigger us, it doesn't create any drama in us. So we can be more equanimous, a sense of certainty is there. Instead of getting all playing the victim, we use that fierceness to transcend whatever it is. Instead of playing the victim of the situation, or he said or she said or whatever is triggering us in that moment, with that fierceness, if we are in touch, we won't be angry or blaming or reacting to anything. We will be transcending and taking ourselves to the place where we are not yet, expanding in our own consciousness. Because ultimately we begin to realize it is our responsibility how we feel. Nobody can make us angry, we choose it. And in that there is a deep power, in that there is a deep liberation, because the experiencer is the experience. If the experiencer is in a state of fierce certainty, then the experience is like that, it's not cause of anger anymore. So as you are more and more in your silence and you develop a witness consciousness in you, then you can transcend anger. There is a natural spaciousness. Anger is a contractive force. Consciousness is naturally spacious. So as you are in silence, there is natural spaciousness. The anger can arise. You can witness it, and it disappears. And you can be aware of from where the anger arose. You start to bring your consciousness and see the unconscious place where the anger arose from. These unconscious stories that you might be carrying with yourself, the unconscious prejudices, the unconscious victim story, the unconscious fears. You all of a sudden, the anger can be a great gift then. And then the anger, after once you have maintained this sense of witness consciousness, then what you start experiencing a sense of fierceness in you, not so much